Okay guys, let's be frank. We all saw now iOS 14 was rolled out, everybody in marketing get panic. Some of them didn't care about iOS 14 and many advertisers, many companies, many brands are still struggling with iOS 14 because they never get back to the old numbers like pre-iOS 14. But here is the good news. There is native advertising and native advertising works great. You can compare it with Facebook 8 years ago or something like that. So Facebook ads 8 years ago, it's like native advertising today. So it's a great opportunity. It's a completely blue ocean market for everybody who is struggling with iOS 14 updates and something like that. And in this video, I will show you the big advantages of native advertising, especially if you have issues with iOS 14. Okay guys, we all know that iOS 14 was rolled out a couple of months ago. And we also know that there are just a few people, a few percent opt in for personalized advertising campaigns. So maybe you can remember if you have an iPhone, there was a small pop-up after the update where you get asked, do you want to get tracked by the platform, Facebook and something like that for personalized advertising? And many people unfortunately clicked, no, I don't want to get tracked by those platforms. And there the dilemma starts, because the big advantage in the past of traffic sources like Facebook ads was to get the data and let the algorithm works. Because in the past it works fantastically to just give Facebook a good marketing campaign, good marketing stuff, and let the algorithm do the rest. So to be honest, it was not really media buying or something like that. It was creating a campaign, building a nice funnel and something like that. And the rest of the work was done by Facebook. And this works great because Facebook have a lot of data in the past. They saw exactly on which websites users are surfing, they saw which interests they have and something like that. So they can send them ads which perfectly fits for this target audience. But unfortunately, this is not possible anymore, especially for iPhone users. We are just talking always here about iPhone and iPad OS users and not about Android users, because Android is still working fine, but unfortunately, in general, there are more high-income people who are using an iPhone and they are more likely to buy or purchase your products or high-price services. Okay. So we all know there are now issues with Facebook, iOS 14, and the good times are gone. It doesn't make sense for you now to work harder or put more effort into your Facebook ads because Facebook did not have the data anymore. So they are not able to send you better buyers or to send you better leads or something like that. This is still not possible thanks to the iOS 14 update. But the good news is there is another platform, or there are multiple platforms, but there's another way to run paid marketing ads, and this is native advertising. Native advertising are ads that not look like ads, and that's the big advantage of native advertising. Of course, there are not just positive sides, there are also some negative sides, but the big advantage is they're not looking like ads and you're not dependent to just one platform. Because when we're talking about Facebook ads or Google ads, you're always dependent to just one platform, to one company, which is, for example, Meta with Facebook on the Instagram, and which is Alphabet for Google and YouTube ads. But native ads is just a general term. So there is no native ads platform which is unique. There are multiple native ads platforms. The most famous are, for example, Taboola, Outbrain, Ref Content, but there are many more out there. And maybe you're curious now. Okay, why are native ads still working, but Facebook have an issue? And there is important to know that native ads are working completely different if you compare it to Facebook, because Facebook always was very smart, extremely smart. The algorithm gets smarter and smarter almost every week, to be honest. And unfortunately, this is now the biggest issue, because the algorithm was so smart and now it's completely dumb. The algorithm was the main brain of Facebook ads. On the other side, we have native ads. And of course, platforms like Taboola or Outbrain also have some algorithms. But they are, if you compare to Facebook, extremely dumb. So native advertising is much more manual work. It's much more media buying, as you might know it from the past. So you have to set bids, you have to adjust the budget. Every day depends on a few different things and something like that. So that's real media buying as you know it from the past couple of years. So there's no algorithm which is smart like the Facebook algorithm, or which was smart like the old one. I think you get the point. And this is the reason why native ads are still working also post iOS 14. But unfortunately, native advertising is not for everybody. There are some reasons when native advertising does not make sense, especially if you sell something in B2B, especially if you don't have a lot of budget. Then native advertising is not the right fit for your business. Another reason why native ads are working very well also post iOS 14 is because there is not just only mobile traffic. Of course, there's a lot of mobile traffic from smartphones or from iPads, like tablet devices and something like that, but there is also a third category of products, and this is desktop devices, like every regular desktop, every laptop and something like that. And many people are still using, of course, regular desktop devices. If you've done a breakdown in your Facebook Ads Manager, you saw that almost 99% of the traffic was coming from mobile devices like an iPhone or an Android phone. And on native, of course, you also have a lot of mobile devices, like you have a lot of smartphones, you have a lot of Android phones, of iPhones and something like that. But you also have a second category, which are tablets, because people love to read news on the tablets. And there is a third category, which is desktops. So a regular desktop, a regular notebook. And here you see it's much more safe for you because you also have some classical devices like desktops and laptops and something like that, but you also have a lot of tablet traffic. It's the smallest amount of traffic on native, of course, but it's still there. And you have also no issues with iOS 14 because there are no apps or something like that. You're just using cookies. There's just a cookie firing on your landing page, on your advertorial, on your offer page and something like that. So with native ads, it's still possible to track iPhone users and their purchases or their lead forms and something like that with native ads and a tracker, which I highly recommend to use. In this video, I don't want to get much deeper into the topic because I have some other videos where I described native ads much better, where I described the process of native ads and where I described which channels they are, what's the first point to start and something like that. So I would highly recommend you to check out my videos if you think native advertising sounds interesting for you. I hope you liked that video and I would extremely appreciate it if you check out my other videos and of course when you're following my channel and activate the bell to get updated when I upload a new video about native advertising. See you next time.